So let's talk about Liverpool. Yes, it's better late than never. Of course, they are the champions for the Premier League this season, the 2024-2025 season. For a moment, um, we thought that they were treble contenders. They were going to win the treble, but unfortunately, they were runners up to the EFL Cup, and then they were eliminated in the Carabao Cup as well as the FA Cup. And this season, I wouldn't say that it was a bad season for Liverpool. The Premier League is okay. It's Ancelot's first season, and then I think he'll be happy to have won the Premier League in his first season, the first Dutch manager to have done that in the EPL. Now, let's not downplay their efforts this season because the team Liverpool have been very phenomenal across the season. Now, they were the first on the league phase of the Champions League new format this season, and that should tell you a lot. Unfortunately, they were eliminated by PSG, and then over the two ties, we saw that PSG was a better team. But that is not to say that Liverpool haven't been great this season. Um, I would like to talk about Mo Salah, who continues to show that he's one of the best players to have played the Premier League, and he continues to prove himself. Of course, was awarded a new contract, and then he'll be there next season and a season more to come at Liverpool. And I think this Liverpool team next season is going to be a really good force, and I'm sure that they're going to make a few additions to the team. And we've already heard about the rumors of Trent leaving for Real Madrid, and I think it still doesn't change anything for Liverpool. Yeah, they are a good side, and they'll always be a contender both in the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and also any other competitions that they play in. And I think this season they are playing the Club World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's a good season for Ancelot, and I'm sure he is happy about that. And also the whole Liverpool fan base are happy about having won the Premier League. Now they are 20 trophies at par with Man United, and that says a lot about this team. So for my Barcelona fans, we have an injury update. You realize that Joules Kounde came off in the game against Inter Milan due to a muscle injury. And yesterday it was reported that he will be out for 3 weeks, 3 good weeks, and that is not a good sign or a good news for Barcelona going into the second leg against Inter Milan. We need a solid right back for this game, especially defensively and offensively. We have few options in our squad who could play the right back position, Eric Garcia and also Araujo, but I don't think they can be as efficient as Joules Kounde in this team. And that is a big loss for Barcelona. And also there are two good news on injuries for the team Barcelona. It was reported this morning that Cassado is back in training for the team and is doing well. And also Alejandro Balde has received the medical green light also to join the team for training. So that is a good news for Barcelona because we realized that in the game against Inter Milan, our left back Gerard Martin wasn't that efficient. We couldn't really utilize our left flanks because we didn't have the profile of Balde in this team, and that really cost us a lot in the first leg. But going to the second leg with the news of Alejandro Balde coming into the lineup, I think is a big boost for Hansi Flick and also the whole squad. But this weekend against Real Valladolid, I expect Hansi Flick to rotate heavily in this fixture because we sensed or we noticed fatigue among the players in the first leg against Inter. The players were tired coming off the 120 minutes against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey finals. So I expect to see a heavy rotation in this fixture coming this Saturday against Valladolid. Maybe players like Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Paul Kubasi, I think Rafinha, and also Lamine Yamal could be given a rest for this game. And then we could see players like maybe Pablo Torre, also Hector Fort. John Martin should play this game, seeing that he might not play or start in the Inter game. We can also see Christiansen and also Araujo starting this game, and also we can talk of Marc-Andre ter Stegen getting back in the pool. I think Chesney was awful in the Inter game. I don't know whether it is due to the pressure of ter Stegen coming back or maybe it was over complacency because there were a couple of mistakes he committed or made in the Inter game that led to this goal. I think he could have prevented the corner. That was the third goal, the header by Dumfries. I didn't know what he was doing. He came out for the ball and he didn't get the ball. and that went into the post. So I think Chesney should be rested for this Saturday fixture against Real Valladolid. So yesterday on the official Barcelona website, it was reported that the team will be featuring Travis Scott's brand Cactus Jack on the front of our jersey going into the Clásico on the 11th May. As you all know, since Spotify started sponsoring Barcelona, we've always worn a special jersey in the Clásico when we're playing at home. Yes, over the years, we've had several artists featured on the front of our jersey, and this time is going to be Travis Scott. Although it was reported earlier in the season that Ed Sheeran was going to feature on the front of our jersey, but I think the final decision was made, and then they decided to go with Travis Scott, who is a bigger brand, or let's say a big brand, of course, an American rapper who is who is famous across the globe. For the first time, Spotify is going to bring the artist Travis Scott to perform live at Montjuic. This, according to ESPN. And I think this is going to be a thrilling experience for the spectators at the stadium to experience Travis Scott performing live. Guy is crazy. You know, we know the energy, the electric that comes with this guy's performance. And the whole atmosphere is going to be mind blowing. I don't know whether it's going to be a halftime show event or it's going to be before the match or after the match. But this more or less like this halftime shows for the NFL, the NBA, the Super Bowl kind of stuff. Even I can't wait to see this. In fact, I'll be glued to my television since I don't have airline tickets to go to Barcelona to experience this. Man, and I've also been told or read that the special edition jersey for this Clásico have already been sold out. This should tell you how fans are eager to watch Travis Scott perform at Montjuic. Yeah, going into the Clásico on 11th of May, I think everything will depend on the second leg of the Champions League semi-final away at San Siro. If Barca are able to qualify to the finals of the Champions League, I think we will have the momentum to play against Real Madrid to extend our lead on the table. We've already beaten Real Madrid 3 times this season, and we've won 2 trophies. So I don't think it is a big deal for Barcelona, but I think the second leg of the Champions League will decide what our season or how our season will go. We still dream of the treble, which is still possible. It's still on course. But beating Inter Milan will be a dream come true to qualify to the finals. Has seen that we've already secured the Copa del Rey, and then La Liga we have 4 points clear of Real Madrid, and we can bring that momentum into the return fixture of the La Liga against Real Madrid at home to really extend our lead to 7, so we can have more room to really rotate our squad in the coming games. So yesterday, Man United played their first leg of the Europa League semi-finals at San Mamés against Athletic Club, but unfortunately and surprisingly, United scored 3 goals past Athletic Club unanswered. Maybe people will associate this with a red card, but I think United was exceptional in this game. I was hate watching. In fact, I wanted Athletic Club to score United, seeing that they've already scored or eliminated Real Sociedad in the competition. For the sake of Spanish football, because I'm a Barcelona fan and also a fan of Spanish football. And Tina may say, at least Athletic Bilbao will be Man United or competition. But I think we should take United very serious in this competition. We know, say, in the EPL, things are not really going right for United in the EPL. But when it comes to the Europa League, I think their performances in all these fixtures happens to be mind blowing. Yeah, and we have to put some respect on the name of Man United in this game. Like I said, I was hate watching, and then I wanted United to lose this game. But on the other hand, I was happy. Yeah, that is because Nico Williams, whom Barcelona wanted to sign last summer, and because of the Europa League, he decided to stay at Bilbao because Bilbao is hosting the final of the Europa League, and then he wanted to win this with his brother, Inaki Williams. And things have really taken a different turn, and I'm quite happy as a Barcelona fan because he could have been playing in the Champions League with Barcelona this season, but he opted for the Europa League and also to stay at Bilbao. Of course, the train has passed, and there's no way Barcelona is going back to this Nico Williams saga with the transfer issue and stuff. But I think Spurs also won 3-1 in their fixture. And to me, the tie between Man United and then Athletic Bilbao is already done. And I'm hoping to see a final of United and also Spurs. Yeah. Pastor Koglu always said that in the second season he wins something. So if he's not going to win the Premier League, it's already won by Liverpool. I think this is one trophy or cup that he's very much interested in. And I'm sure he's going to give his all. Amorim at least has something to prove with his squad. And from the rate at which United is playing, I'm convinced that they might win the Europa League. Yeah, and I think this fixture is done with Athletic Bilbao, because going to Old Trafford, I don't see how Athletic Bilbao is going to overturn this, and that is a big lose or a big L for Nico Williams. Maybe he might regret his decision of not playing for Barcelona this season. So yeah, that is an interesting fixture we watched yesterday, and big ups to United. I read some of the best in a final. I already see them in the final. There's no way they're going to lose this tie. Yeah, they're already done. I'll see you guys in the next video.